Recorded Books Inspirational presents an unabridged recording of The Stars for a Light by Lynn Morris and Gilbert Morris, narrated by Kate Forbes. This book is copyrighted 1994 by Lynn Morris and Gilbert Morris. This recording is copyrighted 1999 by Recorded Books, producer and publisher of Recorded Books Inspirational, an imprint dedicated to stories of faith and the human spirit. And now, The Stars for a Light.
Chapter 1. The Steamship Continental. "Whoa there, you good-for-nothing flibberty-gibbet!" The affectionate tone of Jack Gaines's voice softened his gruff words as the small, leathery Irishman led the skittering, nervous team pulling the luxurious black carriage around to the street in front of the Duvall home. "Crazy beasts," he groused, as the black Arabians shied and pranced in harness. He laid a calming hand to a glossy arched neck. "But then maybe you're in the right household for it." He shook his head toward the house, which sat dignified and stately on a slight rise, far back from the street. The massive Doric columns gleamed white and pristine on the portico of the imposing two-story mansion. "You'd sure never guess all the goings on, what with young ladies becoming doctors and gallivanting off to who knows where." At that moment the great oak door opened, and Cheney Duvall, M.D., walked across the spacious porch, hurried down the steps, and strode briskly toward the carriage at the end of the white brick walk. "Uh-oh," Mr. Jack muttered to the horses, watching Cheney's thoroughbred's pace. "She's looking right sassy this morning, which I know we're going to do some sashaying today." The young woman coming toward the carriage was an unfashionable 5 feet 10 inches tall, and walked in long, determined strides instead of the tiny mincing steps affected by proper Victorian women. A slender, lithe figure, 24 years old, she wore a crisp blue and green plaid taffeta dress and a small green bonnet. A matching parasol and reticule hung from her left wrist, and in her right hand was a somber black leather doctor's bag that seemed incongruous with her stylish appearance. It was neither her clothes nor the trim figure that first drew the eye, however, but the thick, curly auburn hair shining with fiery red glints in the early afternoon sun. Tendrils and wisps of it escaped from the bonnet to frame her oval face in glowing color. She held her head high. Dark, heavy brows arched above sparkling sea-green eyes. Clear.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?